I'm about to confuse so many new people to the channel, but look what I just found. If you're an OG, you're about to be excited. Look at this. That's right. That's right. It's been months. Almost, it's probably been years at this point. I'm a little rusty, okay? I think I put it away for a reason. Come here, why are you so far away? Goodness. What is up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new reaction, and welcome to my forehead being shown to everybody. There we go. Welcome to day number 13 of Reactmas. It is Friday the 13th. So I wish we were watching something scary, but we're not. Day number 13 of Reactmas. We're officially at the halfway point, kind of. And today we're watching, what did the British ever do for us? What did y'all do for me, huh? What did y'all ever do besides, I don't know, like, damn near everything? We're gonna be looking at some British inventions. But first, we gotta give a shout out to everybody that donated on the last video. All donations this month are going straight to our animal shelter donation at the end of the month, along with a portion of all the revenue that I make on this channel and on Anna and JT. Starting off with Jenny's Little Treasures with 5 pounds. Kelly Edwards with 15 pounds. Gaz Neon with 10 pounds. Dude, when I said y'all could donate, I meant like $1 or $2. Y'all are sending 10s, 20s, 100s. Like, y'all are going crazy. Nigel Anscombe, I hope I said your name right, with the 1999 pounds. And then Martin Scott Reed with 25 pounds. Dude, thank you guys so much. That is so incredible. Y'all are absolutely destroying the goal that I had for this donation. Again, every single cent of that is going straight to the animal shelter donation. So thank you guys so much. It's going to such a great cause. It's going to help out my local animal shelter and all the little fur babies in there, so thank you guys so much, truly. And if you want to help the cause, you don't have to donate. Just watching the video, sharing it with your great-grandma's, uncle's, turtle's sister. Yeah, that. Watching the videos, hitting that like button is plenty, I promise. But other than that, let's get up into it.
Let's start with transport and engines. So the British invented the railways. Steel tracks,
We just watched a train video yesterday. What the heck?
Locomotives. In fact, wherever the British went,
1812.
railways followed. So they put in railways in Germany, India, South America.
Listen, I can't read this fast. Hold on, bro. All right.
And of course, everybody.
Is that a KFC? Yo! That's the fanciest looking KFC I've ever seen in my life. Oh, goodness, I need to go. Where is that? South America? Hey, I'm from Kentucky. I can sense a KFC just like 2 miles away, you know, so.
That. Then we have the modern bicycle, initially called the Rover Safety Bicycle, apparently.
No.
Chain drive, caster steering, and relatively small wheels. Invented by the Rover Company. In fact, in Poland, the word for bicycle is Rover. And yes, it's the same company that makes Land Rovers.
What the heck?
Now
Dude, thank you for my childhood. I was that kid that was always on his bike going and doing bad stuff around town. So thank you for my childhood.
British obviously invented the first engines, which was the steam engine, and that broke us free from back-breaking animal and human-powered devices. Now, while the British were inventing the steam engine, they of course had to invent the piston. And more importantly, the piston ring that seals the piston, a truly remarkable technological invention, which is even now being developed further. And the piston ring is the basis for petrol engines and diesel engines, in fact, virtually every engine. So no Brits, no engines.
Dude, thank you, bro. What? That's insane. Any invention by anybody blows my mind, because try to think about something that hasn't already been thought about yet. Did that make any sense? Try to think of something that hasn't already been thought about before. Yeah. Obviously, I'm not going to be the one to do it, but...
Next, they invented the first engine-powered ships, obviously steam-powered. Ships' propellers, steel ships, the steam turbine, initially for powering ships, but now it powers the generators in every coal electricity generating plant and every nuclear generating plant.
Wow.
So that's about 50% of all the electricity that's generated today. All courtesy of Mr. Parsons. Then we have the jet engine. Yes, the Germans independently.
Hey, I guess y'all just had the engines locked down, bro. Y'all just thought of everything when it came to an engine. That's crazy.
Invented it in the Second World War. The turboprop engine, invented by the Brits, the first turboprop aircraft. So if you don't fly in an airplane powered by a jet engine, which was largely due to the Brits, it's a turboprop airplane, which was invented by the Brits.
Huh.
And of course, the turboprop is the basis of the gas turbine, which is used to generate another 20% of the world's electricity. We also
Hey, hold on, watch this. Thank you. I can do that because of y'all.
have the modern car layout. Front drive, transverse engine, independent suspension, CV joints on the front wheels. Before that, companies tried all sorts of arrangements. So, for example, the Germans famously had the engine and everything at the back, but since 1959, most cars use the mini minor equivalent.
Huh.
Ever been on a vehicle that uses steel wheels? Pretty uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But don't worry, the Brits invented the pneumatic tyre. So it looks like the British have invented pretty much everything that runs on the road.
Yeah. Any type of, like, automobile or just something you can get in and go somewhere with, y'all did it. So, thank you.
Didn't invent the road, that's just about it. Well, actually they did. Tarmac roads, or tarmacadam, was invented by a Scot and a Welshman.
I think tarmac, asphalt. Tarmac are also used for a variety of other materials, including tar, grouted macadam, surface treatments, and modern asphalt concrete. So is tarmac, is that like asphalt, or is it more of a concrete? Like asphalt, that's what all of our roads are. And I remember when I was fixing our driveway, we have a gravel driveway, somebody was like, JT, you should put tarmac on it. And I was like, tarmac? I'm pretty sure that's just like asphalt. There's a couple different words for it, but y'all let me know, is it like the black asphalt, or is it more like a solid concrete? Let me know.
Then we have steel bridges. And here's a very interesting one, the modern traffic roundabout in the 1960s. Now, you might think that roundabouts have been around since way before the 1960s, but the Brits had the inspired idea of changing the rules for the roundabout. In other words, yield to enter, which massively increases the efficiency.
Wait, what were they doing before? They weren't yielding? They were just going?
Of the roundabout.
Yeah.
Then we have the cat's eye reflector. Caterpillar tracks.
Wait, y'all invented the little shiny things?
And we have the cat's eye reflector.
What?
Caterpillar tracks, which the Brits invented just before they invented the tank.
Okay, I'm starting to think that maybe this video should have been, what did the British not do for us? Because that would have been a lot shorter of a video, but...
So there's much more we could talk about in terms of transport technology, but we must move on to other industrial and technological stuff. Now, of course, Britain famously started the Industrial Revolution in the 18th and 19th century, and it's debated why it started in the United Kingdom, but clearly there was something special going on that made that spark. And of course, it started in the textile and agricultural industry. In the textiles, they invented the flying shuttle, powered looms, the spinning mill for making threads. In fact, if you didn't have the Brits, you don't have the very fine modern clothing which we have now, which is also incredibly cheap compared with what it used to be.
So you're telling me this little sweatshirt I got on right here is thanks to the British? Thank you. Thank you. I love this sweatshirt.
In the agricultural industries, there are all sorts of mechanical devices like the mechanical seed drill, the haymaking threshing machine, but also really important things like phosphate fertilizer production, selective breeding. But that's just the beginning of the Industrial Revolution. If you're going to have an Industrial Revolution, you need a big build buildings.
Yeah.
And so the British gave us Portland cement, a revolutionary type of cement. Where would we be without it? Then we have things like steel boring machines, which led to the modern lathe, which is ubiquitous in metal cutting. Hyper-accurate machines for measuring things, the micrometer, for instance.
What?
You cannot have modern engineering unless you have hyperfine methods for measuring things.
Dude.
You have stainless steel, the production of polyethylene, very famous practice, plastic used in just about everything. The steel hammer for forging steel and making it much stronger. The Bessemer steel process, the first mass production.
Dude, they got 20 guys on that. Goodness. That is some hard work right there. Look at them, dude.
Steel, effectively. And then the mass production of glass using the now ubiquitous, virtually tin flotation method.
Y'all invented glass? What did you not invent? Like, come on. This is getting ridiculous at this point, dude. Save some for the rest of us, shoot.
Right, let's go a little bit electrical. So the first long-distance communication cables were invented by the Brits, the coaxial cable. This was used for underwater cables to link the UK to America and other places. The first intercontinental communication, the birth of the internet, in a sense. It was the first time that we could communicate all around the world.
Okay. So my job is because of y'all. The thing that pays my bills is because of y'all. Appreciate you. Appreciate it. Dude, y'all invented so much. It's so insane. Like, I feel like every other day, some British person just woke up and was like, that hasn't been made yet. Let me make it.
The telephone. Alexander Graham Bell was a Scotsman. The television, liquid crystal, cavity magnetron. You've never heard of the cavity? It's in your microwave. But probably more importantly, the first radars, to a large extent, used the cavity magnetron, which was a revolution. Then if we go a little bit medical, we've got CAT scanners, ultrasound scanners, the first town to have chlorinated water.
What?
How about the first electronic programmable computer to crack German codes in the Second World War? Accurate navigation using highly accurate clocks, the chronometers, and the first workable atomic clock. Then we have the World Wide Web, a gas stove, tin cans, and a really big
cans. Like, so, y'all invented tin cans. Like, dude, not only is what I do because a British person invented it, the way y'all watch what I do is also because a British person invented it. On your phone, on your computer, on the TV. It's all because of a British person. Hey, I love y'all. I love y'all. I really do.
I know you've been wondering where I get to this one. An alarm clock that makes tea.
What?
Again.
That's a real thing. That's genius. That is actually genius. As soon as you wake up, you got a fresh patch of tea. Pot.
I could have added many, many more things, but let's go on to fundamental science, the stuff that all other science and technology actually depends upon. But before we do that, maybe just like and subscribe.
Let me do that. I haven't done that. I love this guy.
How about the discovery of the proton, neutron, and electron? The three building blocks of, well, just about everything.
So I had an entire month of classwork because of y'all. I learned about those for an entire month in school, and it's because of the British.
All discovered by Brits. And the Brits also discovered the opposite of matter, which is antimatter, by Paul Dirac. And more recently, the last particle in the standard physics model of just about everything, the Higgs boson, which was proposed by Peter Biggs. Now let's go a little bit bigger. But
the only reason I've ever even heard of that is because of the Big Bang Theory. So
not a great deal bigger. The atom, the model of the atom with a hard nucleus with the electrons flying around, was essentially discovered by the British.
Wow.
And I'm being a little bit loose there because there is a famous New Zealander involved with this, but frankly in those days Kiwis were basically Brits. What about biology? Well, in my view, the two biggest advances in biology were both discovered by Brits. The first one is Charles Darwin's theory of evolution.
Yeah.
And then you have the discovery of the structure of DNA at Cambridge University. Fundamental molecular biology, of which the whole DNA revolution has been based on. And yes, I know Watson was an American and Wilkins was a Kiwi. Anyway, of course, the discovery of the structure meant this explosion in growth of the whole DNA industry effectively,
Dude.
such as DNA fingerprinting, now invented by the Brits. Now let's go back to more basic, very fun.
It's getting, like, it's ridiculous at this point. It really is. Like, I'm not even shocked anymore, to be honest. Like, yeah, you probably did. Yeah, I mean, just everything, sure.
Possibly more important medicine, we have antiseptics, antibiotics, vaccines, all three invented by Brits.
Wow.
But let's go back to physics now. So we have Newton's laws of motion, Newton's laws of gravity. Where would we be without Sir Isaac Newton?
We'd be floating around, I guess. The gravity wouldn't be real, you know? If he didn't discover it, we'd all just be floating.
Essentially couldn't predict anything. Back on to the physics.
Wait, did he discover that album cover?
Couldn't predict anything.
Oh, what album cover is that? Oh, who is that? Oh gosh, listen. It's very early in the morning. I can't think right now. The Dark Side of the Moon, Pink Floyd. There we go. He discovered
Back on
that.
to the physics, the laws of optics and the way that radio waves travel. Light, the laws of electromagnetic propagation in signals and wires. Scotsman James Clerk Maxwell's. You don't have any mobile phones or computers or communication cables without Maxwell. And then we have electromagnetic induction from Michael Faraday's. If you don't understand magnetic induction, there are no electric motors, there's no electric generators. Basically, the whole backbone of the electricity system, you owe it to the Brits.
Wow.
Or in mathematics, and there are a lot here, so I'm going to pick the really big one, which is
gosh.
the invention of calculus, yes. There was another guy called Leibniz who also invented it at the same time, but essentially Newtonian calculus.
How do you just invent calculus? Like, how do you invent math? Huh? Like, how does that work?
Is at the basis of a huge amount of advanced science of engineering. It's as fundamental as algebra and arithmetic.
Like,
Now,
you look at some numbers and you're like, hey, actually, these numbers, yeah, everybody thinks they mean this. Actually, if you put them together, they actually mean this. Like, what?
This list is not complete. There are literally a zillion other things that, that the Brits have contributed to. Actually, there is just one more. The Flushing loo.
Thank you. Or the reason I ain't got to look at it anymore. I can drop it and get rid of it, you know? It's gone. Basically, what I got out of this is, if it wasn't for the British, we'd still be living like cavemen. I'd have a club in my hand, hitting it over my head, because I don't know what else to do today, you know? I'd probably be off somewhere just banging two rocks together, seeing what happens, you know? So, dude, that is crazy. What did y'all not invent? That's what I want to know. Alright, guys, that is going to do it for today's reaction. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments. Thank you, I guess. Thank you. Yeah, for everything. If y'all want to see more reactions like this, let me know by hitting that like button. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you go out today. Spread love, spread kindness. Do something nice for my day. I love you guys so much. Really do. JTReacts, and I'm out. Peace.